Hey everybody, thanks for joining me here at Power Mods. I get a lot of questions about this topic, brakes. My brake rotor. My brake rotor's really loose. My God, is that okay? Look at how much movement there is in that. That's no good. Well, it is good. That's the way it's supposed to be. You don't have a problem. The shaft on this sled, it's an older type of sled, is a keyed shaft. So there's a square key that sits on the shaft in a little groove, and then there's a groove on this brake rotor. And it does get a little sloppy over the years. I mean, this is an 03, so it's been beat up pretty bad. So that key can get worn, the little grooves can get worn, but it's still okay, because if you think about it, if this is floating, that's kind of what you want, because there's a caliper here. When you put the brakes on, both pads don't necessarily go in at the same time. If this rotor were really mounted very rigidly, it'd be pushing on one side a little harder than the other, and eventually things would either warp or maybe get loosened up on their own. But that's just kind of normal. It's normal wear. A little bit of play in there is not a bad thing. I am not worried about that. I have looked at the key on this, and yeah, it's worn out a little bit. It's all good. Take a look at my RMK. If you don't believe me, brand new sled. Oh, well, not brand new. Oopsie. Got about 500 miles on it. Look at that. See that? Look at that. Look at the play in there. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's got to be like that. Because that caliper pushes in, that brake caliper, it pushes in from both sides. One side's going to go maybe a little bit before the other. It's going to come in contact with that rotor. It's going to move the rotor around a little bit, and things are going to work just dandy.
I thought calipers on slides were just pushing on one side.
No, this one's on both sides. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's on both sides. But even still, okay, so that's a good point. Maybe your caliper only pushes from one side. But there are lots of different sleds out there. Even if it only pushes from one side, there's going to be one pad that wears more, or both pads are going to eventually wear down. So if it were rigidly mounted, that one side that does move would start to really torque on that rotor to start to push it over into that other pad so it would all work. So it's got to float. Everything sort of has to move around a little bit in there just to deal with the wear. It's all good. Nice and shiny brake, super old brake. They're pretty much the same, right? Well, yeah. We're going with the super lightweight motor style here. No motor, just a turbo, just a big snail. That's it. I gotta thank you guys for watching. If you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. Check out my website, www.powermods.com, and make sure you subscribe. Did I say subscribe? I don't think I said subscribe. But subscribe if you want. I mean, that's why we want you to keep coming back. And if you subscribe, then you'll know what we're doing here in the shop. More videos coming. We do have some snow. We're taking that Rev and the IQR 860 out in a couple days. Gonna try to hit some snow. I mean, but we're halfway through our season, at least right now, and we haven't even been out. It's not our fault. It's Mother Nature's fault. She's angry. She's an angry old lady. Okay, let's go.